What was Stocks again?
Stocks is every Mia Goth movie. Stocks, we're ranking.
I'm gonna have nothing to contribute to that.
Do you know anything about her?
I know she talks like this, but that's it.
If you have you? So you haven't seen her in any? What is like your overall like general knowledge of like what is your total knowledge of Mia Goth?
That she talks like that.
That's it.
That I didn't even know she was in any of the movies you listed. Even though I'd heard of Pearl, I'd heard of X, just no awareness.
Mia Goth, you know how she's like, and then, I'd probably be a baker. I do things like that. In her fucking movies, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Like, she's fucking crazy. And she's like absolutely insane. And it's always some weird, dark sexual shit that she does, like something very strange that will make you feel very uncomfortable.
How old is she?
I have no fucking idea, like 25. She's just very unsettling. Like, she has this very unsettling voice that's very, like, it's very shrill and it's strange. She's a weird ass bitch. She plays 2 different characters in Pearl and X.
Really?
Yeah, so she plays Pearl in Pearl, who is a character in X, and she like dresses up as old Pearl, but she's also Maxine.
Are those movies connected?
Yes.
What?
Pearl is the prequel to X.
And X is the porn movie?
Yeah, they're both.
What's going on?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So can we talk about? Do you want to talk about that?
We've been rolling.
I don't know.
Welcome to the Morning Bleezy with your hosts Jake
and Nia.
We're accompanying you on your commute to your whack-ass job.
The wackest one. And we're going to tell you all about the shit that's going on in the world. And we're going to start off with the weather. This week's weather, actually fucking fantastic. We got New York's first mini heat wave, 80 degrees. Bro, shit was absolutely ridiculous. I, of course, as most of you should, had my titties out. Everybody have your titties out, especially when it's over 85 degrees. Again, it is white toe season. I want to see them dogs out. I want to see sandals. I want to see sundresses. I want to see rompers on the men. No longer than 6-inch seams. I want to see nothing longer than 6 inches. All right. This week's weather, we also want to get into the green corner. Remember, it's raining outside, so remember to keep your pots in your of soil and stuff and keep them outside. Make sure they get hydrated. Be a good plant parent, even if you have to go to this whack ass job for 12 hours a day. And 420 recently passed, so if you did manage to, find a seed that's probably male anyway, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, just make sure that you actually do give it 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of darkness. Little green corner tidbit for the weather, and that's the weather.
Speaking of that weather, you got the blee over
I
there?
do have the blee.
All right. If you, like us, forgot to smoke at this juncture in your commute, you might want to get on that.
Yeah.
There's a red light up there somewhere. You'll figure it out.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Of course.
Next, I think we got traffic.
How's traffic, Jake? How's it going out there? All my drivers.
Yeah, it's like half of it is I'm angry, and it's like fuck the police, like
You really out here ticketing motherfuckers for what? Because I parked.
And yeah. And then I go, well, like, maybe it's me. Like, maybe I'm...
It's me.
Maybe I'm not on top of things. Like, I set an alarm the other day. Like, the day I got the third ticket, I set an alarm for, like, 10:45 to go move the shit by 11 a.m.
Yep.
and I blew through that alarm. And then it was like 11:30, and I was like, let me see. And I went down, and I had missed the ticket by like 4 minutes. Like if I just like got my ass out of bed after setting the alarm with that intention, if I just got down there like 5 minutes sooner, I'd be $65 richer right now.
That's the story of every single driver that I have ever known. You just described a moment that everybody that is driving right now can like connect with, which is why I don't fucking drive.
You know what the common thread is between the 3 tickets I got?
Which one?
All 3 times, the street behind, next to, and beyond my parked vehicle is dirty as shit. So I know it's not about sweeping the streets. It's You caught me with the crime of being parked here at 11:03 a.m. on a Thursday.
What is the common man supposed to do? We have to mention. We forgot to mention the beginning of this.
Are you gonna break it right now?
I'm not gonna break it.
It didn't have to go there.
I'm not gonna break them.
Tell the people.
I just want to let you guys know that we are participating in a small challenge. Nia and Jake do not try to call for revolution within the first 30 minutes of recording challenge.
It's been 5 minutes and 2 seconds.
It's been 5 minutes and 2 seconds.
Over parking tickets, bro. Over parking tickets.
And I'm not mentioning.
Fuck it.
I'm not. If we're gonna break it, then break
over parking tickets.
Over parking tickets. It's absolutely ridiculous. How do you expect me? If there's no space on the street, where am I to park? There should be designated areas for parking. We can create jobs with that. We can create community with. There are things to do with that. But you bitches, no. We have to generate more money for the state by ticketing people. That's what we need to do. We need to continue to rob them. And then inevitably when people just get frustrated and they don't pay the tickets anyway because they realize it's fucking ridiculous and they know that you know that it's fucking ridiculous, but you're going to do it anyway. You just keep taxing them. Just keep being like, oh, well, you didn't fucking pay it, bitch. You know you can go to jail for this. We're telling you right now, so you can't say that we didn't say to you. So I'm just saying, maybe what if we all just stop fucking paying them? What would happen?
Interesting you say that because I saw on Google an hour ago when I was getting ready for this that since 2017 there's been about $2 billion in unpaid tickets. So that's about 6 years it's taken to acquire like $2 billion of like, well, they're not giving us money. NYPD makes they don't make, but like they receive from the city budget like fucking $5 or $6 billion a year. If you ranked them by budget in the world's militaries, they would be like the 30th largest military on the planet because they have a $6 billion annual budget. So I don't want to hear that like the revenue of street sweeping is keeping the delicate balance of the city in order, you know?
The bullshit that they will sell you to be like, can you spot me 65? Just spot me a cool 6'5", bro. If you need money, just ask for it, bitch. Damn. If you broke, just say that. And that was what? Traffic?
That's fucking traffic.
And that's traffic. Traffic. If you're broke, just say that.
What's up? We got sports.
Oh yeah, sports. I'm on sports today. Hey guys, Neon sports today.
What's up with sports?
Okay, so recently I actually looked this up. I put time into sports. Recently, a women's basketball player, Angel Reese, has been receiving some criticism from a lot of people because she was displaying some. She was being an athlete, just doing a little back and forth, a little, how do I say that? I'm not familiar with them sports things. Is it locker? It's not locker room talk. It's little playful
oh no, what? Trash talk.
Yeah, a little friendly trash talk.
Holy shit, this is good weed.
She was just engaging in some friendly camaraderie, like trash talking about, oh, you're not built like that, you simply not the one. And that's understandable to say. You on the field, it's the court, we in the paint.
Basketball.
So she started tapping her finger referencing, giving her, she's about to get that ring. She's not stopping until she gets that ring. And a lot of people were saying, that was very unsportsmanly. Or is that proper to say? Is that a word? That wasn't very
unsportsmanlike. The other big word being thrown at Angel Reese on Twitter that weekend was classless.
Very classless. Referred to as classless. Oh, okay.
That fuck from Barstool, Dave Portnoy, called her classless. Which, like, if you calling someone classless over shit like that, that's more of a reflection on you than the person. Like, she's talking shit. She's just talking shit. Have you watched any sports game ever, bro?
I'm like, listen, there are motherfuckers in the stands just yelling death threats, honestly. Like, it's kind of scary. And I'm like, look, she's just on the paint, just talking shit, and that's okay. But, now they won that game. She is now receiving so many offers. Like, isn't she like the most...
Oh, she signed like a deal, right?
Yeah, and she got like...
Getting bread.
Yeah, like some of the most bread that anybody in her age and like range has ever seen. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, girl, shout out to you. Basketball, sports. Yeah, well, what's crazy with that shit is that's just like, that was like a really good example of like discourse just like inventing itself and then like kind of inserting itself into the story that like didn't really need it to happen. Like, there's this player on Iowa, who... It was Iowa versus LSU. Yeah, and she was doing things as well. She was doing some the John Cena shit.
She was doing all that shit for games and games before it, and it was getting a lot of publicity, but it was all kind of publicity around like, ooh, like, look what Caitlin Clark just did. And like, but not in any kind of way, like calling into question her character or if she belongs there.
They just understood that it was trash talk. It was just... it's just being cocky on the field. Like,
like, I don't have an issue with Caitlin Clark doing it because she was really good and she backed it up and whatever.
Yeah.
Angel Reese was beating her ass in the title game and she does it back. And you know who had no issue with it? Caitlin Clark. People on Twitter, the racists who were like, the fact that Angel Reese did "You Can't See Me," they're like, it's like, did you see what the other one did? And then she doesn't care.
Yeah.
So then they both are getting asked questions about it, and that's just because people were talking. It's not because either of them tried to start anything.
Yeah, there's never any actual concern for the person that's involved. It's just kind of being like, you're just kind of exposing yourself. Damn, I didn't know you didn't like black people. Like, that's all that says. Hold on, we're about to insert for... This episode is sponsored by Cantaloupes, which literally tastes like a blueberry muffin, which I thought was crazy. And it is getting me going about our news topic, which is coming up. And you can find it at your local... your local Zaza World, your local Zaza R Us, your Rick and Morty shop, your
use promo code
your cousin
Bleezy at checkout
with your cousin that lives 3 blocks down from you that you get 3 5s from for $25. I promise it'll work. He'll know. He listens. Actually, didn't somebody's wife, that man that runs the U.S. that we frequently forget does that? Like Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden. Oh, yeah.
Have a comment on Angel Reese's actions?
Joe Biden's wife somehow, maybe she read the room. Maybe she didn't read the room, but she just thought it would be a good idea to come out in the middle of all that and be like, why don't we invite LSU and Iowa to the White House? The national champion LSU, and also the runner-up that they just defeated. Why don't we invite them both? You know what she would have said if Iowa had beat LSU? Not that.
She would have just been like, hey.
When the fuck have you ever seen the second place team also catching that White House invite?
That's very strange to do. In an interview, like, they had asked her about it, and she was like, yeah, I heard her apology, but, because eventually she, Miss Biden did.
Oh, Angel Reese is talking about.
Yeah.
Jill,
after her. Because apparently she apologized. And she was like, well, I don't accept your apology, but, it's whatever. We'll be going with the Obamas. Thank you very much. Hopefully they are in contact with them and, we can move forward.
And that's sports.
Shout out to Angel Reese. Big up Angel Reese. And lastly, for stocks. Do you want to do... As soon as I started talking about it, I was like, oh, no, I don't.
Mia Goth?
Yeah, I kind of...
well, what's another category? Stocks 420 edition.
Stocks 420 edition. You're smart.
What's up right now to me is bongs.
I agree. How many points would you say that bongs are up?
4.
Bongs are at 4 points.
Yep.
I agree. I would say the bongs are at 4 points. I would say the edibles are also up. Astonishingly, 5 points. Wow. Yes. Reasoning for that, I'm a bit bullish on bears. I'm a little bit bullish on edibles is because I feel like once you actually have a better idea of how to dose them, you can have so much more fun. You don't have to smoke, because sometimes smoking hurts. You don't really want to smoke. Sometimes you don't want to have to go outside, especially in the winter. Luckily, we're coming around in the summertime and stuff like that. But, sometimes you don't want to have to roll. Sometimes you don't want to have to put the grabba in it. Sometimes you just want to have a little do-do-do-do-do. Why can't I have my weed in a muffin? Edibles are up 5 points, astonishingly. Yes.
I wouldn't even say astonishingly. They've always been.
You agree?
Oh, of course. It's great. Pop the edible right before you go through TSA.
Yeah.
So they got nothing to find on you. You straight when they patting you down.
When they're patting you down.
You get onto the plane and that shit takes off right as you do.
Exactly. Ah, fantastic. 2023 blunts. Let's bring back the occasional blunt. The 1 month blunt. Blunts are up 2 points.
Where did blunts go, Nia? Where were they?
I feel like a lot of people took a break from blunts because weed was a little bit weird for a time. I feel like about a year ago, there was a point in 2020 and 2022, during that era where weed was kind of strong and kind of weird. It was a lot of sour diesel going around. Things were and I was like, I can't smoke a whole blunt of this shit. So, put blunts on pause. But I feel like they're coming back. People are usually using grabba. Don't use a grabba. Just roll a nice little blunt. Bring back backwoods. Bring back backwoods. NYC, all 2023. Bring back the backwoods.
Is that a call for sponsor? Is that?
Yeah. Backwoods sponsor us.
And that's stocks.
This week's news segment, we're going to be talking about the 2023 writer's strike that is currently happening. That started May 2nd.
Pay the fucking writers.
Pay your writers.
Pay your fucking writers.
I feel like all we've been doing since 2020 is watching TV. I didn't move from my bed since from March 2020 to probably October that same year. All I did was consume media, and to imagine during that time where nobody can leave their house and a show that you wrote that you took a part in writing is already out and you are not seeing none of that money. You are getting kicked out during a fucking pandemic because you are not in a stable position at all, but your show is being nominated for Emmys and you have $89 in your account. You eating ramen for the entire summer and you can't pay your rent, so you sleeping with somebody else. That's crazy. Abbott Elementary makes me cry almost every episode, and you're telling me that they can't pay to even get to the Uber to get to the event to get the Emmy? That's crazy. That's insane.
Writers create the whole world that everything else happens in. Locations can't do their job, props can't do their job, costumes can't do their job, let alone the director or the actors who are the vessels that say the words that these writers
are pulling
put in their mouths months in advance. It all builds out of the script. Everything on the call sheet is based on the scene number and how many eighths you're doing that day. Everything is the script, and when you take the script out of the equation, the whole shit has to shut down. And for everything that Nia just described, Maybe that's fucking necessary right now.
We all work for the script. Everybody here is just trying to make sure that everything comes out looking well, that the script is portrayed well, and what these writers have to say is actually being shown properly, and that we can actually evoke an emotion. There is nothing without these writers. So them not being able to keep themselves afloat is simply ridiculous. HBO is making way too much money. Netflix is making way too much money and coming out with some bullshit. And you tell me that the writers can't even get some ramen, some Naruto ramen, $9? That's crazy.
The CEO of Netflix made $40.8 million last year. The co-CEO... Oh, no, sorry. There's two co-CEOs. One made $40.8 million. The other made $38.2 million. The Comcast CEO made $30 million. The Disney CEO made $32.5 million. Discovery, which now apparently owns HBO Max and shit, $246.6 million last year. But the writers who build universes for these people that capture the imaginations of millions of people around the world, they can't pay rent. They can't buy food. Some of those strike, like picket line posters you've seen, like or the picket signs that people make.
Yeah.
You know, like some of them are like, "Pay your writers or we'll spoil Succession."
Yeah.
Like if you are the writers, you have all the spoilers because you made that shit. Like imagine like, you know, having the power of like knowing how Game of Thrones was gonna end, Succession was gonna end. Like you have that power because you made that shit. The guy in his yacht making $246 million annually did fuck all creatively, you know, to enable that. And they want what, 3%, 5%? You said 5, I heard 3. I guess their ask is going down, and they still can't say yes.
And they still can't even make it. That's the thing about it. When I was reading it, seeing those demands of 5%, and then hearing when you like hear the actual writers like pleading, being like, we just want 3%. Like that actually hurts. Like hearing just pleading for a lower number than you originally asked for. Like, it really is just begging to live, they're constantly churning it out, pressing you to churn out this thing, and you want to create, but what they're giving you is not sustaining you at all. And they're spitting in your face at the same time. It really is degrading to create something that so many people love and then to have like no way to support yourself. Like, no stable way. Which is awful. It's awful. It's really, really fucking sad. And, you know, we got to stand with our writers. Like, everybody's feeling the impact right now. Especially, like, if you're working in the industry.
We can't get work.
It's fucking quiet. I have not received a single hit up. Like, I have to, like, dig deep. Like, have some real ass, like, friends on the download tell me, like, shit that I might be able to get on next week, maybe, because everything is down right now. Late night shows down. Fucking the only thing that is working is something that's paying you something illegal, like dumb illegal. Anything I see is like, you know, this is a passion project and we're paying you with food. You can get some food. We can give you some bagels, or just like some illegal rate of like $200 or $150 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it really is like trickling down. A lot of people are suffering, especially these writers, because they're out of work.
Netflix, Apple, Amazon, these are tech companies. And tech companies, if you haven't noticed, thrive on exploiting everybody to the fucking max. Yeah. And so they decided, because they're rich enough now in late stage capitalism, that they could just get into the film business. They could get into the TV business. So they taken this like tech bro, like attitude, everything minimally paid on, as long as if it could bend, but it can't break, you know? Yeah. Writers can shut down Hollywood, and that predates the tech digital age, but they could still shut shit down now, because even if your production is Netflix, like you got directors from the DGA, you got producers from the PGA, you got SAG actors. None of them are going to work on a WGA written show, even if it's for a tech company. Yep. So like they might have to actually find out now after fucking around, is what I'm trying to say.
Praying on their downfall.
Next week we're going to have explosions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, can't wait to have that. Just abuse it.
Stay tuned. any of these companies know, they'll look at the strike. They like, oh, they're definitely going to strike in May. And they'll act accordingly by not producing dozens and dozens of TV shows. What they won't do is have that same like forward-looking awareness of a coming strike and like entertain the asks of the writers. You know, they could decide to not shoot anything, which as a trickle-down effect, Jake and Nia don't have jobs, but they won't have the same kind of heads up and be like, well, what do they want? Let's see what we could do. That's never the attitude.
No.
So fuck them. You don't get a show now. And the show you are going to make, everyone's going to clown on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Hey, kid, you want to write season 7 of Heroes? Here's a pen. Yeah. Get on it. So it's whatever like consciousness you can raise to like challenge people's comfort level with who gets to be exploited and who doesn't. I don't think anyone should be. But right now it's about the writers. But in broad terms, it's, you know, there will be more strikes. The Teamsters, UPS is about to go on strike. If Teamsters UPS goes on strike, the country will fucking shut down because nothing will get anywhere on time. Delivered. That's a huge one. And you know what? So like we need to do the programming now. Like we need everyone to realize that like your life might get inconvenienced in the short term, but you need to be with it because if these victories are won, everyone's shit will improve. These companies, these billionaires on their yachts can afford to make shit right and still be rich as fuck.
The content it's about to get really shitty, and a lot of people are out of work right now. So if you want it to get better and you really want to stand for all the people that you swear up and down you love Kendall Roy. You swear up and down that you love all these people. I don't know any fucking actors in Billions. I don't know. But let me tell you something. I know you want that shit to come out, and you know that these people deserve better. Because you laughing and you're crying and they're evoking this emotion and you want to talk about it to everybody at your desk. They need to be able to be living it is an art form that is really, it should be fucking cherished. And it's not something that you can just pump and dump like like one of these tech bitches. Man, fuck Apple. It's fuck Apple. It's fuck Amazon. It's fuck Netflix. It's fuck HBO Max. Listen to your writers. Give them some bread.
If the content that starts to come out sucks and it pisses you off, you should be mad at the studios that continue to exploit these people and pay them less than livable shit for doing incredible work. You should not be angry at the writers who might be depriving you of your entertainment over their livelihoods, over their safety. I don't know.
No.
That's a mouthful. Fuck out of here.
Nah. If you're not standing with the writers, 2023 is fuck you. Can't wait till we get that explosion button.
That would have been a good.
Support your writers. Support your writers.
The shit might go. It might drag on, but you know what? The sooner it will end is the sooner that like the studios feel like the public completely sees them for what they are and what they're doing.
Yep.
If the sooner that consciousness is raised, the sooner that they'll be embarrassed and take their fucking L, and then you'll get your Succession back.
Please don't spoil Succession, guys. Please don't, bro. If they spoil Succession...
But if they make you, that's your fucking God-given right.
That is true. I mean, if you gotta do it, then do it. But, I mean, save it for last, bro. Save that's shit the nuclear. For last. That's the fucking bomb. If this shit goes to July, I feel like they're gonna start leaking Succession shit. Oh, my God. I cry. All right, give them their money, guys. Give them their monies.
Subscribe to The Morning Bleezy.
Subscribe to The Morning Bleezy.
Pay the writers. Tell your friends about our podcast. Pay the writers. We're on Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Pay the writers.
Pay your writers. And I think that's that.
Bye.